Hey guys, so everything I do is calibrate how, my phobia is in terms of a scale of 1 to 100. So, scale of 1 to 100, my choking phobia is at a 10. Next thing you do is eat. Without further ado.
I ain't gonna fucking care anyway. That's the mindset that I got myself into. You can switch the video back on now. I'll stop talking about it. But you ain't gonna know. But that's the mindset, that's the flash of thought that I had, was just like, so what? If it happens, it happens. And then within that instant of me thinking that, I managed to bring it back down. So I was back there.
So guys, this is really weird. Usually I'm alone down here. Today, someone very close to me, I guess doesn't realize that I'm making a video every day. Doesn't realize I'm videotaping. Because when I was eating down here, I heard someone say my name, and it actually, I think it's called a vasovagal response, whereby if you're like driving and someone honks at you behind you, you literally, like, your gut goes into your, into your throat, and you just can't, it's like someone startles you. And so that's just basically what's happening right now. And the best thing to do with exposures is actually stay relaxed, because you're doing something that's actually fearful, or at least that your body believes is fearful. So the most effective way of dealing with anxiety or phobia is by actually staying relaxed before the exposure, during the exposure, and after the exposure. So that's exactly what I'm trying to maintain here. I think he got scared off. I think he ran away or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, so that's just part of life. You can't really control, like, who's gonna walk in and out of your videos. I don't have, unfortunately, a professional video studio here. So I'm gonna actually just try to relax myself a tiny bit more here, because he does make me feel anxious sometimes. I'm not really gonna get into the personal history we have with him. I haven't really want to get into that right now, because that's not something you want to talk about while you're doing an anxiety video, while you're trying to face your anxiety. So that's actually a good idea, though, to actually, like, make a video about that, maybe as part 3, for example, after the exposure. Very interesting. I really would, actually, that's a really good idea. Now, before I begin my exposure again, I'm actually going to do some deep breathing exercises. It definitely relaxed me a little bit more. But yeah, as you can see, unfortunately, I don't have a door here. You can see people can just walk in and out of the stairwell here. It's unfortunate. It's just, like, part of life. I don't know. Like, there's something else we can talk about as well. As you can see, this is actually something I was thinking about yesterday. I don't have a door here, so people can come in and out, like, whenever they want. As you can see over there, that's my room. And this is kind of like a common area. These are my clothes and everything. And it's good because, you have more space. The only problem is people can walk in and out whenever they want. So again, I apologize for the video. Let's use this as a learning opportunity to understand what it means when someone creeps up behind you or surprises you from behind. It's almost like that's the same feeling one feels when they have anxiety or a phobia, except it's because of that specific phobia or anxiety. For example, driving, eating, heights, right? People. So it's almost the exact same thing, except it was made artificially. So let's begin this deep breathing exercise. If you guys aren't familiar with how they do them, you basically start by inhaling from your nose, and you inhale very slowly until it actually goes up through your nose into your, mouth, and what do you call it, your sinuses. And you do that, for some people it takes 45 minutes, and I'm a big fan of it. It's taking as long as it needs to take. If it's going to take 45 minutes, it's going to take 45 minutes. If it's going to take 20 minutes, it's going to take 20 minutes. I haven't really been doing it a lot. Without further ado, I'll just show you guys how to do it. Let me just show you guys I learned this through MindShift, an app that's available on the App Store. It's probably available on the Google Play Store as well. So how you do it is you just slowly inhale and allow your body to feel the fear. I believe I'm having a bit of trouble doing this today because I don't usually do deep breathing exercises. This is just something that came out of the blue. I didn't expect someone to just pop up behind me and, you know, call my name and say I want your attention right now. I'm usually not very popular in terms of like people wanting my attention or my time, so it was a bit frightful. And plus I have OCPD, therefore I don't like when things get, you know, that are planned to be upset or altered. So that might be why I'm having trouble with the deep breathing exercises. I'm gonna just keep going, as they say, just keep plowing on here. So as I said, my anxiety was on a scale of 1 to 100 was 10. Let's just continue out do the exposure, which I have been doing. So yeah.
Back to eating, able to cut my sausage and egg, big breakfast thing, scrambled egg, which is alright. I don't condone the use of McDonald's. But back to the point, I was able to continue, and then I'd have another wave, another 5 minutes later I'd have that wave again, but it was only the early wave, which was just like, I don't feel great, I feel uncomfortable, stop it. The point here for me was, with these mini waves, it was like something that I said already, this could actually be a really helpful video if you watch it through and listen. The point that I was making to myself every time I had this little panic was, this is good, because I need to feel this way so I know that I can get through it. And that's what I kept telling to myself. It was something that I've heard the best audio description of anything ever, Claire Weeks. A lot of you will have heard it, and that is, don't hope that it won't come, hope that it will come, because then you can actually feel it and you can learn to lose the fear of it. And that's, my daughter's heard me say it a few times. She's only 8, but she was sitting there at McDonald's and she would write, Dad, don't hope it won't come, hope it will come. And then that was how I was bringing myself back. Every single time that I was having this mini wave, it was like, okay, this is good, let's have some of this, make it a little bit worse, trying to tease it to make it worse, because when you actually want, because you
Totally agree with what he's saying. Sorry, let's continue.
You're actually not scared of something, it won't. I read something the other day on the net that said, and this is probably the perfect way to end this video, if you could win £100,000 for watching the scariest film, there's a competition. Let me start that again. Rewind. I didn't rewind. There's a competition. You can win £100,000. All you have to do is sit down, watch this scariest ever DVD, and not be scared. That's the competition. £100,000. You're plugged into all these machines. They can test all your pulse ratings, your blood pressure, how much you're sweating, and all that crap. You sit and watch the DVD, and you crap yourself, and you lose the competition. Now, the only real way that you're ever going to stand a chance to do it is if you hire that DVD the week before, sit and watch the damn thing 24/7. Because when it comes to the competition and you sit and watch it, you ain't going to be scared, because you'll have done it, you'll have felt it, you'll have seen what happens, and you'll know that no harm comes to you. So that's the kind of thing, that's how exposure therapy works. Put yourself in those positions. Yes, you will feel scared, and yes, it is horrible, and you've got to want to do it. But another point is that there's no point in waiting until you feel well enough to go and do it, because certainly last week I did not feel well. I did not feel confident enough, comfortable enough to do pretty much anything, but I did. And yes, it may have taken me 3 hours sitting on the kitchen side trying to build up enough confidence to go and do it. But then once I'd done it, because I knew that I was going to do it, once I had done it and felt a little bit of anxiety, it gave me a little bit of confidence. And then the next day I went to the different shop twice, did the queue, stood there. Yes, I had my wife there, but that was something that I needed to do. It's not always bad to have something safety. The idea is you've got to try and eliminate those safety behaviours as well. But we can move on to that. Let's not try and bite off more than we can chew, because all that happens is you just feel more defeated if you fail. Keep practicing, keep pushing. Confidence will grow. And that's not to say that, you know, I might freak out later this afternoon. My wife wants to go to Asda after I pick the little one from school. You know, I'm already anticipating it, and I'm going to. But what I'm thinking is, slowly, even if I get in the doors of Asda and just have to stand there and just feel the waves, because I know that when I'm feeling it, I'm learning to live with it. As long as I don't let it win and me run out, I'll stand there and I'll just feel the waves. That's it. I hope this video genuinely has helped in some way, because I feel like I've explained my own methods, and I feel like this is especially for people with agoraphobia and stuff like that, maybe panic disorder. I don't really know or care for labels. I just know what my issues are, and if there's people out there like that are struggling to get out of the house or struggling to go and do something, then that's the way to do it. Feel the fear and do it anyway. There's a book titled that. That's the key. Don't hope it won't come, hope it will come, because then you're learning to live with it. Ta-ta. How do you get rid of anxiety?
Hello and welcome to the Anxiety BC website and to this special interview on specific phobia. I'm Dr. Michael Catchpole, and my guest is Dr. Rami Nader. Dr. Nader is a registered psychologist at the North Shore Stress and Anxiety Clinic in North Vancouver, British Columbia. Dr. Nader, thanks so much for doing this.
You're welcome. It's nice to be here.
Dr. Nader, can you tell us what specific phobia is? What does this term mean?
Specific phobias are actually pretty easy to understand, because most of us have things that we're afraid of or things that make us uncomfortable. What happens though with a specific phobia is that fear becomes intense or excessive and causes the person a considerable amount of distress or discomfort or interference in their life.
Okay, so there's a large physical unpleasantness to this, and also thoughts accompany this as well?
Absolutely. So a person coming into contact with what it is that they're afraid of may notice that their heart starts racing and their muscles get really tense, and they feel that they have to escape the situation or run away.
And when you say interference in their life, I mean, for example, they might not be able to go camping if they're afraid of bugs, or they might not. So it's really quite impairing, or not fly to see a loved one.
Absolutely. So in terms of the fear of flying that you just mentioned, it could interfere with a person's job prospects. They only take jobs that don't require them to travel.
Okay. Now, what can people do to help themselves?
Well, in order to understand the best way of managing the specific phobia, I think you need to understand the main factor that tends to maintain it. And the main factor that tends to maintain a specific phobia is avoidance, which is the most natural response if something is uncomfortable or causes us distress. It's only natural to want to escape or avoid it. But this avoidance tends to maintain the fear in the long run and tends to maintain some of our maladaptive beliefs about the dangerousness of what it is that we are afraid of.
Okay, so the scary thing is you are going to have to face up to this, but there's a process via which one does that, correct?
Absolutely. You want to do this in slow, graduated steps. So, for example, if I were afraid of dogs, the first step may be to go to the library and get a picture book about dogs and repeatedly look at pictures of dogs over and over again until looking at the pictures no longer causes me any distress or discomfort.
And then next?
The next step would be something like getting a video about dogs and watching the videos again and again and again until watching videos about dogs no longer causes you any distress or discomfort.
And then I guess you've got to move up to real dogs, maybe starting with puppies you look at through windows or something, or?
Absolutely. You'll start eventually introducing actual dogs as you do more more and more of the exposure. So you may start with smaller dogs and eventually working up to bigger dogs or the dogs that you're particularly afraid of.
Now, people will worry that, while they do this, their anxiety is going to increase and they're going to go crazy or it's going to be overwhelming or whatever. But what would you say to that?
Anxiety will increase as you do this, but that's kind of the point. Your anxiety will go up, but it won't keep going up forever. Eventually it will plateau and just go away by itself without you having to do anything.
Okay, anything else you wanted to add?
Other things that you can think of in terms of overcoming your fears involve challenging some of your thoughts about what it is that you're afraid of. And this will be a sort of a byproduct of what happens with the exposure. As you do more and more of the exposure, what ends up happening is you begin to think differently about what it is that you're afraid of.
Very interesting. Is relaxation part of this?
Relaxation can be a part of overcoming specific phobias. So for example, if I was afraid of traveling on an airplane, I may want to learn some relaxation skills like deep breathing or muscle relaxation as a way of preparing myself as I'm waiting for the plane to arrive.
Very helpful. Dr. Nader, thank you so much for this.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
My guest has been Dr. Rami Nader from the North Shore Stress and Anxiety Clinic.
Mm-hmm.